Today I want to talk to you about the different levels of finger pressure that we could have. And this is a very important topic because I think we should understand that we don't need to apply more pressure, right, with our left hand than needed at any given moment. You know, we all struggle with a bit of tension or, a little bit too much tension sometimes, and it does affect our playing. It could potentially lead to injury. So I just want to talk about that, and I wanted you to realize, if you haven't thought about it yet, when can we actually use much less pressure than we think, right? And when do we really need to apply a lot of pressure? So one way, most of these videos that I'm creating here, there are things that I learned as a kid. So, I owe it to my teachers, that all the teachers that I've had in the past. And then some of them are things that I've adapted through my own experience, and occasionally they are things that I created myself. So it's just a whole, mix of everything. So I want to give credit where it's due, but sometimes I don't mention whether it's my idea or something that I learned from a teacher in my past. One way that I learned this in my childhood from my teacher is to try to create 10 levels of finger pressure. So we're going to try that right now, and what this does is it just builds awareness of all the different levels that we can do, and that kind of makes us really aware of the palette that we're working with. So let's try it. We're going to try it two ways. First way, we'll do like a third finger. Let's do it on the D string, maybe right there. Okay, and let's start with 1 to 10. 0 would be not touching the string, so 1 would be just touching the string. Let's try that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. By the time I get to 10, I'm squeezing as hard as I can, just because I can. Okay, it's just to understand, what our range is. So I hope you could hear there's quite a lot of color variation we can create just with our finger. So you're thinking, well, when can we use very little pressure? Well, for example, during fingered harmonics, artificial harmonics, right? So if we're playing like a first finger and then a fourth finger, we don't have to press this first finger so hard, right, in order to get this harmonic to sound. So my first finger is doing about a level 4, right? And then my pinky, of course, has to always be very, very light, just touching the string, because the pinky is the finger that actually creates the harmonic sound, and the first finger is what creates the pitch, right? So in this case, the first finger does not have to go full on. I would even do only level 5 or 4 for that. And then when would we want a very strong, finger pressure? Well, when we're playing a legato, so like maybe a long held legato. So maybe in this case, maybe when we're playing a very loud sustained sound. So it depends on what we're doing at the time. Let's try this time. I hope you, after you watch this video, if you don't have your violin with you, please try it, because it's so good to be aware. All right, and also let's now try the second finger, or maybe first finger, because first finger does not have a harmonic readily available there, so we won't be hearing that harmonic sound. And then we'll do it on the A string. And why don't we go the opposite? So let's start with 10. So we're going to do level 10. Okay, so really, really strong. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, second, but there's one right there. That's harder. I should practice that one more, going from 10 to 1. So anyway, I hope that is enlightening for you if you've never thought about that before. It is so important to always build awareness. On the violin, every little thing counts. Every little thing changes the sound. The best way I'd say to take your first step after practicing this, I would do it on every finger, every string. And how do you incorporate it into your playing? Well, you can think about maybe one section of your piece where you might want to have a stronger pressure, and maybe one section where you might want to have a lighter pressure. And of course, it's not just black and white. There's everything in between, and they're combinations. So I think you might have seen, if you've seen my video about drop release, in fast passages, we kind of throw our fingers. So in the beginning, the pressure is quite strong just because of natural throwing force, and then right after that it's much lighter. So there's all types of possibilities. So I just wanted to share that with you, see if it's something you had thought about before, and I hope that it really deepens and broadens your playing ability and possibilities, and also gives you some freedom in your left arm. Okay, have a great day.